think it's going that way. But it's this way. No, it's this way.
All right, and we're live. Anyways, welcome back to another episode of the Soapbox Social. What's funny is I think the last time we got on, maybe because I'm no, I didn't say it, so I don't remember if we did the intro last time. But we are back with another episode. I was gonna be petty and be like, "Welcome to another episode of Taxi Cab Confessions," but
Taxi cab confession.
you remember that show?
Yep. So by confession.
Here we go. She trying to remix it. I asked a simple question. She see.
But yeah, I
Anyways,
remember that show.
anyways, um, I titled this episode Krypton question mark. Um, and pretty much because I know within myself, I understand the things that I allow to sidetrack me, as well as just because just like last week, I was gonna cancel this week, but um, but I was just like, might as well do it because what's the point of canceling it? And that was mainly just because I
Right.
was just like, so I was sitting around like, oh man, all right, let's see if I feel like wanting to do an episode. And so I then went out to brunch and was just chilling. And I was like, maybe I'll just let it come to me. And I was sitting there thinking, and I was just like, ah. And
And what was you thinking? You remember I said,
no,
and
no,
what
no.
was you
So
thinking?
because I was like, I'd just be easy just to be like, oh yeah, we ain't doing an episode today. Um,
Hmm.
but it wouldn't make sense because I was gonna be being active and doing stuff anyway today, so I might as well do an episode. So back to the whole point of it being titled Krypton. Um, maybe it's just me, but do you do or people out there in the world, do you do like weekly assessments of understanding what um basically weekly assessments of how you feel about you went throughout your week or your day if you do them daily, and pick out the things that you feel like distracted you or where you chose to just be lazy or chose to take a break.
That's a good question. That's always a good question. Well, excuse me before I get to cackling. But I mean, I do it daily, and then sometimes when I just don't have no carries or worries in the world, I sometimes do it weekly. But in a sense, after daily, like, okay, because it be times, like I said again, I'm getting up there to where I'm not old, but I'm getting up there, and I be feeling the different changes in my body that be trying to, pull me down or possibly make me think that I'm gonna say lazy in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
because it's easy not to do nothing. It's easy just to, once you, say for instance, get through working your shift, you just like, oh, that's it, you know, being tired or lazy. But then I just think like, well, since God gave me the strength to do that and finish that, it's like, keep going on, and but then it also knocks me off of what I could be actually doing in the downtime that I have. So the assessments is necessary just to see if you did something different, or did you just sit there and just like, oh, okay, that's done. That's all. That's all, folks. But I try to do it.
You try to do it.
Yeah. Do you do yours daily, or do you do yours on a weekly basis?
I said weekly, but
Okay.
so because I'm pretty sure people with, well, not pretty sure, but people with, yeah, I'm gonna say it that way because people be out here sensitive and just be saying stuff. Um, I'm pretty sure people with depression understands like if you put off, like once you put off so much and you just be like, oh, whatever, and then you sit around and you just be like, well, dang, I could have did all of this in the time that I was doing nothing. It really
Mhm.
piles up for you and on you in a negative manner.
Mhm.
Not saying that I've been depressed because I've been cool, but I also haven't been putting off stuff. Um, the reason why I didn't do an episode last week, or why we didn't do an episode last week, was because probably because I was just like, dang, I felt like so. I was just talking about it today actually. I was like, dang, um, I feel like we just did a Mother's Day episode, but we didn't. That was like, oh no, my timeline is off because it ain't 2 years, but technically for Showtime, I guess it's 2 years, but it's like
Mhm.
3 years since we did that episode for Mother's
Mhm.
Day.
Yep. Yep.
And I was just like, dang, I don't want to do another Mother's Day episode. So I was just like, all right. I was like, this would be a cool time to just not do one and just be like, oh, it was a holiday.
Mhm.
And that's mainly because it's just like, what more could you say on Mother's Day without it being a Mother's Day centric episode, right?
Mhm.
And so I just feel like I've been doing a evaluation on a lot of different things as far as that I've been or am tied to.
Mhm.
So I feel like that's what the
Okay. Well.
last 2 weeks have been is just a evaluation of a lot of things.
Okay. You didn't want to get pulled back into my office, but yeah, I can
She
understand.
said,
Like
"My
even,
nah 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 nah."
even just speaking on last week, it was kind of good we did not go live and have a soapbox social episode because I'm gonna just speak like it's not always surrounded by mothers, but at the same time, I felt like that was just another reflection for me as a mother to just sit back and, be thankful for how far I've come as a mother. And, it's always like a sentimental thing too for me. So
Mm-hmm. And why is that?
they gave me like a, because it's just like, I was sitting and I was reflecting, even though I was thankful and everything from from that Mother's Day because it things just happened unexpectedly. So I was just like, oh, but yeah. So it was just making me reflect on, no one can teach you how to really be a mother, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as where I came from and what I've lived to learn was that I'm not perfect and I'm never going to be perfect, but I just know that I'll continually do my best. And no matter what, I just know that as long as I spread my love and generosity and compassion and friendship and just basically, I mean, I'm not God, but just try to give the love that God gives to us in return. So, and that wins overall, no matter what position anybody hold, mothers, brothers, sisters, fathers. And then it also just makes me reflect like, well, the relationship I have with my children, I wish I had that with my mom, if that makes
Mm.
sense. Me as her daughter.
There we go.
So it
We
made me just
finally
sit and
landed that
reflect.
plane. There we go. Because I was
It
just
just
like,
makes me reflect on that, and
there we go. That's what
yeah,
Mother's Day make you reflect on, and that's why it make you
yeah,
sentimental. All right, cool. Because I
yeah.
was
It
just
makes
like,
me very sentimental.
I was over here like
And then
this.
yeah, but of course, I mean, I know I have like my mother has other children as well, other daughters, which I should say, and
We
it's
shoot a
just
lot of
like,
bail. Yeah, yeah, we shoot a lot of bail.
huh?
We shoot a
Yeah,
lot of bail. Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, yeah.
But it's just like it still should be no, and we spoke on this before too. It still shouldn't be as far as like a favoritism or a. It should just be equally loved. Like, okay, we love you for who you are, so it should be vice
Oh, I
versa.
forgot what
But
I was listening. I forgot who I was, who or what I was looking at when I heard that. But
when you heard what?
oh, yeah, that's when Monique had did her episode with Shannon Sharp when she was crying and complaining about a moment of when she felt like favoritism and all of that. When it came time for
Hmm.
her to get her first car, and she what she had to do to get her first car, which was all herself, and then when
Hmm.
her younger sibling got theirs and her daddy co-signed, etc. And the ending message of that was, but that's shooting bell again. And yeah, nah, never mind. I have shooting bell. Never mind because it ain't the same correlation.
No,
It wasn't a moral
but
what
I understand.
a moral teaching of what you were feeling. It's just I mean, out of
Yeah,
sight, out of mind.
yeah, but it just yeah, it's just a reflection I was having, and like I say again, I I was thinking even about back when I was wanting to bring into fruition of us all getting together and being on a prayerful,
Us
forgiving,
who?
me and my mother and my sisters.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sorry.
Whoa. I was like,
Yeah.
talking about
He's like,
was.
who? Us who? But yeah, but no, it was just, this is me, just my reflection from, last
Yeah.
week. And I was just like, ooh, I thought that was going to just be so perfect, bringing God back into the center of everything. But it didn't go as, I ain't going to say as I planned, but it just didn't go like I thought it would go. So me exiting that made me feel like, hey, and you can call it rebellious or whatever, but I'm going to rebel when things aren't right, you know, regardless of what. But it's just still like, I still continue to pray for me and her relationship, me and my mom's relationship, and leave it in God's hands. So that's all I can do. And till He tells me to move, I will move. But I still love her, and that's never going anywhere. And I still love all my siblings. That's never going anywhere. But like I said again, when you already have your own family build and you're a mother, it's a whole different story. You gotta, I guess, before I preach, I gotta teach from my own life lessons and how I became how I am in the first place. So
Mm.
yeah, so that was a full blown reflection, but still a beautiful Mother's Day weekend or week or
Uh huh.
or day. But yeah, so and then you surprised me, of course, with the words of like endurement and
Endearment.
uh,
Yes.
yeah, and just showing your you're thankful that you were thankful for certain things as far as in me that goes. But yeah, so I was like, he was trying to make me shed a tear, y'all. But
I know she was.
yeah,
I could. I could have
I was
waited.
very surprised on that.
I could have waited 7 months to do an episode, y'all. She still was gonna try to find a way to bring that back up.
I just had to. So I was thankful for
No.
that. Thank you.
Okay.
So about some okay. And then as far as the week before that when we took a break, it was kind of needed for me too. Those breaks be needed.
we ain't
And
take
all
we ain't take no what break
and
a
what
week before that. I don't remember.
so it was last weekend.
And then we did the episode before then.
Oh, okay, okay. We did. We sure did. See, it's look, it's about to be it's about to be the half mark of the year to where
Mm.
that's where time's going. Time waits for
Nah,
no man, as
but
they say. But
it was an eventful 2 weeks. Um,
mhm,
on Mother's Day,
mhm,
um, met up with my church mother, Miss Sherry.
mhm.
Um, Now immediately after that,
Shout out to Miss Sherry,
yeah,
y'all.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Immediately after that, what I mean, some reflection and self-reflection. I was like, dang, I really
Mhm,
be neglecting the people that I care about and love in my life. Mainly just because I just be like, I don't want. I think a lot of times I don't be wanting to move emotionally, so I just be like, all right, well, that'll be
mhm,
there.
mhm,
And then, uh, just my focus, which um is the video in my mind is viral now, but it's so much that you could like flip it into, which that's
mhm,
with just all of the Bible, right? And it was
mhm,
just the story about the boat and Jesus walking on water and that story, right? And there's just so many ways that you
mhm,
can flip just you and your focus in godly acts, right?
mhm.
And so it's just like a lot of reflection there. And then y'all know me, of course, with my fights. I got to watch my fight last night.
Mhm,
Um, and I don't know if I mainly enjoy the fights that I enjoy the most are when you get to see the fabric of the people fighting, right?
mhm,
And so, and also I just have like a fascination with like it all ties together, y'all. It sound random, but it ties together.
mhm.
um, just the way in which um the devotion looks for look like what looks like or is presented by people of different cultures and races, right?
Mhm.
And so last night, Usyk and Fury fought last night, right? And Usyk won. The small man won.
Okay.
Um,
Mhm.
and I don't know. I feel like it was just more amazing because of just the story of it all. Because of course you got Usyk who fought in the war when it first kicked off for his country, and then came
Okay.
back and became undisputed heavyweight champion of the world last night. And you know, praying on the way to the ring, in the ring, in between rounds, and then all
Mhm.
afterwards being aware enough. I'm not gonna use the H word, but aware enough and not self righteous enough to to basically boast like it was him only, right? And to
Mhm.
glorify the Lord in that moment. It was just like, oh, okay, that's refreshing to see and to analyze within myself to be like, I don't think in that moment I would have the wherewithal to be like, oh yeah, let me pay my respects and do what I'm called to do in that moment, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So it was just watching that last night. I was like, all right, that's a great moment. And yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That sounds like I was having a conversation and I know, we as people can be overwhelmed at things and stuff. But like I say again, me being a me being, learning from my own experience. That's why I say God has to be the only one who. I mean, He's the only one who deserves all the glory because if it wasn't for Him, we wouldn't be able to do things, conquer things, and But yeah, the whole gist of it is, yeah, glorify, give God the gratitude, the glory for whatever's going on in life, whether good or bad,
Hmm.
because He
No,
always,
so
He always makes it work. He always makes it work in your favor and in His favor.
because I had skimmed over it, but back to the video I was
Mhm.
talking about that. Yeah, I mean the viral video. I
Mhm.
believe it was Peter that stepped out the boat, right, out of the water, out on the water.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
so in my mind, I was sitting there thinking like, dang, that just sounds too much like, as if either you was trying to teach a baby how to walk, you know what I mean, and the
Mhm.
focus that it takes for the baby to have to walk, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, in all actuality, a lot of us are still stuck in the pubescent learning how to walk stage of life when it comes to whichever higher power we serve. And
Mhm.
it's the
Mhm.
patience because, I mean, in all actuality, he could have let Peter drown, but, I mean, he saved him and got him back into the
Mhm.
boat. And Peter was able to
Yeah.
not actually try again, but in different facets, try again to focus on and devote himself to God,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So, I mean, I was just like, dang, all right. So that's what a lot of things have been as far as like messages
Mhm.
for me this week, as far as meditating on things.
Okay. Yeah, that makes it a good point. I mean, because like it's that all ties back into just keeping the faith in God and knowing that He's gonna He's gonna guide you no matter if you feel like, okay, I'm gonna take this step out of the boat, but then metaphorically speaking, when you step out in the water and you can't swim,
So I look at her getting
you
scared.
can't panic. No, I'm trying to put it in the right words. You can't panic. You just have to know and trust that He's gonna be there to open up whatever walkway or you know
No,
path
but
that He's
also
trying to.
it also just made me reflect on just the so many, rather it's small distractions that makes me take my eye off, or rather my relationship with God, or
Hmm.
thing that I claim that I want to do or should do. Um,
Hmm.
and just kept, I guess everything just kept harkening back to that moment in the Bible, right?
Hmm.
And so I was just like,
Hmm.
yeah, it's like so many things that you can throw into that to be like, oh, okay, that's a moment where, and if I was in that moment, I would, start to sink, right?
Hmm.
That makes sense.
Because of what's going on around you. Yeah.
Not even just going, not even going around. So everybody works themselves into a routine, right?
Hmm.
So it's like, what in that routine, or say for instance, everybody goes, okay, I'm gonna get onto this act to devote myself to whichever, say your higher power,
Hmm.
and
Higher power. How the higher power. Yes. Yes.
and
The creator. Yes.
you start to structure your life, right? But then
Hmm.
those vices, those whatever temptations, come back into your
Hmm.
forefront, and a lot
Hmm.
of the times those knock you off kilter.
Hmm.
That
Yes,
makes sense.
yes, because those be, even when you say temptations, right?
Yeah, because some people's
It's
temptations
like,
is truly some. There is a person out there that their temptation is like, I'm not gonna do nothing, which is laziness, right?
hmm hmm
Which boy, oh boy, did I know?
hmm hmm
I didn't do nothing. But yeah, I mean,
yeah, but those are also called, I ain't gonna say they're also called, but those can be like spirits. It wouldn't be the Holy Spirit because, like with temptations, and you didn't fall like, say for instance, okay, you fought like an addiction to, I'm gonna just say drugs. I could say sexually too. Any temptation
I
of
thought you was
the
gonna say
flesh.
cigarettes.
Well, that's one that I'm fighting. It's, I'm telling you, I'm fighting it, but I want
Uh
to fight.
huh.
I'm fighting
I'm
against it
being
at the
petty.
same time.
I'm being petty.
But no, but that's just real. That's one. That's the. It's not a temptation. That's a that's a spirit, spirit of addiction. But it's just like, okay, that's when you got to put yourself. You really got to be steadfast as far as what you really want to do because you can do it. Like I did it before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's like, okay, I want to go. I want to go do this. I want to go do that. Or if it comes to your head, like you can have that because everybody got hormones. It can come to your head like, oh, I just want to be loved in an intimate way, right? These for the grown folks only. But then at the same time, it's just like he like, no, you don't need, I ain't gonna say say you don't need it, but it's just like no, because you want to make sure it's right. Whatever goes in your temple, as they say, that's just like with some cigarettes. Whatever you do with the flesh is going to affect what's on the inside as far as your spiritual. I mean, as far as your the spirit, Holy Spirit. And it's just like, oh, okay, well, but you got to fight against that. There's other things to do. That's just like if you want us to just sit down sometimes and be quiet, not be lazy, but just be quiet and not think about all the things that we can do or that we're just able to do because we just have that free will. But yeah, that's when it goes back to the self control. He wants us to have self control, peace of mind. And once we realize that, then a lot of those temptations and addictions and spirits and all that, I'm going to call it all that jazz, but all those things will, you know, fall off. No, it's not easy because we do it every day. We fight in the flesh every day.
hmm,
That's no matter if you're getting that's no matter if you're getting an attitude with somebody or just be like, nope, I ain't talking to that person when we all supposed to be working out of love and number one, loving ourselves, loving God first. And
no, just because I don't.
yeah,
I don't. No,
so
no, 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 no. I ain't gonna let you drop that last part. I just because I be like, I ain't talking to them. They don't mean I don't, might not all the time not love them. You know what I mean? I just
yeah,
ain't
that
no
just
point.
because
Ain't no point
okay,
of us talking. You know what I mean?
let me revise that. That doesn't mean you gotta talk to everyone, right? Because with prayer goes a long ways, right? So you can pray for everyone, but the ones that you choose not to speak to in your own free will, that doesn't make you a bad person. But the one, okay, I'm going to use Miss Sherry as an instance. For instance, these are somebody that's in your circle, like now, not momentarily, not what I'm saying, because no matter
Hmm.
what it brings, God still draws y'all back together and it's naturally, right? You don't feel like, oh, that's like a weight lift off your shoulder, like, oh, okay, I didn't do nothing bad because they still love me. But on the other hand, that's something different. It takes two to tango. So therefore, what I'm saying is the ones that are for you are for you. So you can't feel bad, but you're still praying for them. You still they praying for you, and
So I'm gonna
you
ask you this:
not the ones. hmm
does a sculptor waste stone as they're creating their creation? or do they already have a plan mapped out and know what they're working with?
Does a sculptor sculpt their own stone? Is that what you
No,
said?
does a sculptor waste stone when they're creating their creation, or do they already have a plan mapped out? As basically saying, does a sculptor waste strokes of their tools?
No.
Okay, okay,
So
hold on,
just
wait,
for
wait, wait.
instance,
So you saying, even though I know I should, God, I just ain't there yet. Praying for people, I ain't there yet.
what, praying for others?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I
Okay.
wish
I
I'm at
understand.
the wish them well level. I'm like,
It's
okay,
best to be honest than deny it. It's best to be honest
oh
than deny
yeah,
it.
I'm gonna
But
be a
yeah,
million times
you
honest.
so just a keynote on that note, just pray when you're praying as you're praying. Don't always listen when as you're praying, don't always just pray about you. You get what I'm
No,
saying?
I
Because
don't. No, no, no. No, I got my list of. Yeah, I mean, I got my people on my list. Yeah, I mean, that's why I
yeah.
use the analogy. That's why I use the does a sculptor waste strokes of their too. You know what I mean?
But no, it's I mean, like I said again, prayer life can expand on a daily.
Yeah,
You
it
can
do.
however
I
you
ain't gonna
pray
lie
is
to
what
you.
you
It,
yeah.
it
So it's
expand
just
and it
however you
shrink.
pray, it'll. hmm 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 But see, when you're praying consistently throughout the day, right? It could be a prayer about anything throughout the day. That doesn't mean that you forgot about them, or forgot
Nah,
about
I ain't saying because
anyone
I
else,
forgot about them.
or but yeah, just just however you pray, just pray. And once you expand out to praying for others, more people than you're praying for or whatever,
Yeah,
then so be it. I can't tell you what to do, how to do it, but because it took me a while. I mean, it took
yeah. I
me a
mean,
while.
so
And
after because we
you
still
still
gonna
got
be
to
on
pray
this
for your
prayer thing.
enemies. You know that, right?
Yeah,
You
so
still got to
yeah,
pray for your enemies. So.
so listen. So everybody assumes that I'm not a Kendrick fan, but my favorite Kendrick song is "Feel," right? And in that song,
Okay.
he said, "I feel like the whole world want me to pray for him, but, but who's praying for me, right?" And I really embodied that
Mhm.
at that point in time in my life.
Mhm.
So I got real
Mhm.
choosy with my list.
Mhm. 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 I mean, I can understand on that wavelength too, as far as who's praying for me.
And then, hey,
Well,
then
like I said,
when certain people be like,
go
you know what,
ahead.
I prayed for you, and I be like, I don't, you know what I mean? I don't feel like those is in my best interest. You dial that back.
That's why when I said, you will know when people are praying for you because they never. I ain't gonna say they never, but they don't leave your side. You don't leave their heart. You don't leave their. The people that are praying for you. I'll say it like that. And then the
In a
ones you
good
don't
way,
know,
yeah, with
in
the
a,
good
in a good
juice,
way, in a good way.
with the
Yeah.
good
And then there's
juice.
probably others that's praying for you in a good
Don't.
way that you don't even know.
Well,
That you
yeah,
don't
I
even
like
know. Hold
those
on.
too. Yeah, I like those too. My
Yeah.
bad, I jumped the gun.
But 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 the other ones that say the other ones that say, "Oh, I'm praying for you,"
Yeah, don't
or
keep it. Keep it.
because I even had to tell someone that be careful who you ask to pray for you, honey, because no, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Everybody's intentions is not good for you at all
You
because
know
they
when
could
you
be
get
praying
that.
for everything to go down.
When you get that feeling when a person be like, I prayed for you, and it just feel like a dark cloud just came over the conversation. I'm like, yeah, keep it,
Mhm. 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 Like
keep
I don't
it.
even want to know. Like I don't even want to know what you pray for. But yet I don't trust them ones. I don't trust them ones because you shouldn't even tell me that you pray for me. That's between you and God. But yeah. But yeah, just I pray that your prayer life becomes
Now
much
my list
stronger.
nice. My, yeah, I mean my list nice.
I ain't
You know what I
talking.
mean?
I'm not talking about your list. I said much stronger. Now I'm not even talking about a list. I'm
Nah,
not gonna
yeah, I
say nothing
mean,
about a list,
I got my
but
order.
just you
You know what I
know,
mean? And then when I'm real tired, I'm like,
yeah.
God, I'm like, God, you know who on my heart. Just give me cover 'em. And I go to sleep.
Hmm. And I'm laughing because sometimes we do get in that being
Nah,
lazy pray. But
you know when you real tired, and you like, well, I gotta sneak this prayer in, God. I should have got it in earlier.
hmm
Just
but that's still being lazy. That's still being lazy. I'ma just being honest. That's still being lazy on it. But as
ah,
long as you, like I say again, it's nobody's gonna ever be perfect in it, and the
you wanna know
ones
when
that
your
pray
best
to
sleep
the
be? Hey, your
yeah.
best sleep be when you be like, oh, I'm about to get a fire prayer in before I go to bed, and you fall
Hmm.
asleep mid prayer, and you swear you still going, and you wake up and gotta finish it.
Hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've had that happen before too. I really have. That's why I was like, no matter if you're praying on your knees, laying down, just have your time with God. Have your time with God, regardless. You can be in the bathroom, have your time with God. That's why I was like, sometimes I pray when I'm in the shower, in the bathroom, because I know I'm up. You get what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be able to fall asleep. But I know that's TMI, TMI.
Hold
Everybody
on,
knows. But
time out. Did you?
pray
Hold on,
wherever you
time
at.
out, time out. Run it back. You said you pray where?
He about to make me do it. No, but for real,
Yeah.
I pray in the shower, in the tub, and in the
All,
bathroom, in the toilet.
all, all three the same
What?
place. All the same place.
Oh, in the
Just stay in the
restroom. But it just be okay all around in the bathroom. I pray
bathroom.
everywhere in the bathroom, everywhere, and then in my room. But I just can't
Mm-hmm.
lay completely all the way down because if I lay completely all the way down, it's hurting, hurting. Oh, but
Mm-hmm.
he'll wake you up. Oh, but he'll wake you up though.
Did you want to
So
sing your
yeah.
Sesame Street song on the way out today?
No, I tried to sing it the last episode, so I'm not gonna sing. I'm not gonna sing it today, y'all.
Ah, no. But yeah, that was a decent one today.
Oh
How
yeah.
did you feel about it?
I felt great. That was pretty. I like what we spoke on. So I hope you all liked it too, or can somewhat relate, or you know. But yeah,
But yeah. Would you like to end it on
two
off?
thumbs up. Ooh, bring it back. No, let me stop. No, but for real. Thank everybody for coming back. Hope y'all like the soapbox social on today. Now let me stop. But no, for real. Y'all come on back to the next one and we will see you soon. Peace.